Hey guys, how is everybody doing? It's time for our weekly live session again. I was wondering if you guys still have some questions because I don't know, you keep on reading new things and then afterwards questions keep on popping up. So, let me know how things are going on at your side. Priyank Patel has joined, Nikit has joined. Interesting. So, we have some people joining in. Hamid Hussain, Bharat, AB, Hari Krishna, Faisal Rahman, Akansha Gautam, Abhishek Ranjan, Pratibha Sharma, Riyaz Saleen, Priyanka Bhargav, Yashwant Katta, Anubhav Sarkar. Really nice. A lot of people are joining in again. So, how are things going on? Are you able to see my live session? Because at my side it is showing some problems. Um, which isn't really optimal, but I think we can definitely figure out a way around it. So I'm just going and checking. Alright, nice. So I can see myself, everything is working perfectly fine. Um, I couldn't really schedule this event in the starting because I had a presentation today, so I didn't really know if I would find time to like actually get back home at time and actually have the live session again. But it's really nice that it actually worked out because I was looking forward to answering some of your questions, seeing how you guys are doing. Um, Ajay Mishra, Akansha Gautam, Nisha Keshwani, Faisal Rahman. So I think it's time for our most general question, which is which cities you are coming from. So let's start with that. Let me know which cities you're coming from, which cities you're living in, and then afterwards, slowly, let's move towards the questions, and let me take those questions one by one, and get back to you with responses. Because although there are some questions which are like really decent, but most of the times it's just like most of the things you can Google. So I will be telling you what you can do, what you can't. So we have from Hyderabad, we have from Goa, again Hyderabad, Mumbai, somebody from Bangladesh, Surat, Mangalore, Pune, Bangalore, Varanasi, Ahmedabad, Pune, Ghaziabad, Kolkata, Rahul Rao from Bangalore, Shreya Roy, Kolkata, Nisha Keshwani, Jaipur, Rajasthan. It's just recently that I have started seeing people from Rajasthan. Like, it didn't used to be the case, at least for like, yeah, coming to Germany. For US, a lot of people go. Part is from Jaipur too. But this is a really interesting trend. So we have again from Nepal, Kathmandu, somebody from Finland, um, Punjab, Abhi Sharma is from Punjab, Gujarat. Uh, Really nice, really nice. So we have some people joining in from all of from all over the world, which is super nice because the fun part is here like you can just sit in your living room and if you have some idea to communicate, you can just always go on the laptop, go live, talk to the people, which is like so goddamn easy. Earlier it didn't used to be like that. You had to actually gather people around in one single place. Now it's fun. Now you can just whenever you have some message to convey, it's super nice and super easy. So with that, guys, oh, we have somebody from Mars too. Who is it? Teiki Kanan is from Mars. He's living in the future, guys. He's not like us. He's not living on this planet. Well, good luck. We have somebody from Pluto too. Ah, the same guys from Pluto. Interesting. So, let's start with your questions slowly and slowly. And let me see because the thing is, I've already been seeing posts in the Facebook group, and people are saying that some of them are getting rejections, and some are actually planning again to come to Germany. So like these are all really a lot of different things, and I know every single one of you must be in different phases of whatever you are doing right now. So this is the reason to get an idea of where you are, what you want to do, what kind of questions you have. It is nicer that you actually, just start with telling a bit of a story about where you are, what you're doing, and then like ask your questions. So we have Akshat Bhatt. Thanks a lot for your super chat. Um, really appreciate it. So we have Sai Rutvik saying Guten Tag, Amit Kumar Pai asking about Germany for supply chain management. Well, it's of course really nice. It's the hub of SAP. So, there is like no real doubt if it is the place where you would like to be or not. So, Akshat Bhatt is Akshat Bhatt, come on, relax. If you say these words in Germany, first of all, your account gets flagged, and then you can really easily go to jail without having any kind of issues at all because Germans don't take it as fun. So this is like something you can joke about from India, but as soon as you come here, like this thing is pretty strict. Sai Mahesh Patruni is asking, can I talk about the city's beauty in my SOP? Actually, if the context fits, then why not? I mean, you can definitely, carve your own story because that's how it is supposed to be. Professors read maybe hundreds of SOPs or letter of recommendations and so on every single intake. So for them, it gets really boring. So if anytime you're writing some kind of document and you're making something up which is new, which is interesting, then of course the professors will appreciate it. There's no doubt about it at all. Now, so we have Breezem asking Germany for tech journalism. So I think in general tech journalism isn't that big in all of the cities in Germany, but for example, Berlin is really strong in fintech. So it's like the financial technology and Internet of Things and so on. So Berlin is something you could be looking forward to, or even Dusseldorf. There is this website called DE Hub. Let me just show you. And you will actually see what kind of cities in Germany are hubs of what kind of, technologies or what kind of clusters are present there. So let me just take you a bit down. I'm also collaborating with this company soon, so you will see some videos from that. But this map in general will show you all of the digital hubs in Germany. So like which kind of city is specializing in what kind of industry. So in Hamburg we have logistics. So Hamburg is the logistics hub in Germany. Then Potsdam you have media technic or like media technology. Then Berlin, you have Internet of Things and financial technology. Dortmund, you have logistics again. Then Köln, you have insurance technology. Then afterwards, Mannheim and Ludwigshafen, you have digital chemistry and digital health. Karlsruhe, you have artificial intelligence. You have Munich, mobility and insurance technology. You have Stuttgart with future industries. You have Nuremberg and Erlangen with digital health. You have Frankfurt and Darmstadt, like financial technology and cybersecurity and so on. I think you didn't see the Stuttgart part, so I'll just pull it a bit down. Now you can see. Okay, and yeah, like so these are really interesting and important things which you should absolutely be knowing about because if you decide that I want to go towards mechanical engineering, then you have some specific cluster which is really nice for automobile industry now and in general I think I would say South Germany is really nice when you consider automobile industry. If you talk about supply chain management, if you talk about logistics, if you talk about any kind of shipping or transportation, then of course Hamburg, Dortmund is already written pretty clearly there. So this is a really nice website. Just come to it. It's called DE Hub. I will be making a video with them in the near future, soon, maybe in the next week or the one after that. So just keep a lookout for it, and it really helps to decide in what city you want to study, where you actually want to pursue your career, and so on. Nah? जपजोत सिंह रिप्लाई आपने करना नहीं, क्या फ़ायदा पूछने का भाई। क्या बताऊं, तेरा क्वेश्चन आंखों के आगे आ जाए तो भाई आंसर भी कर दूंगा, ऐसी क्या बड़ी बात है। Avi Sharma, what about graduation in commerce? So again, if you talk about commerce, like let me show you the cities again. Um, if you're talking about commerce, Frankfurt is the place where you would like to be. So like financial technology and cybersecurity in general too, like Berlin, it also says financial technology, but I wouldn't really focus there. I would really like focus towards Frankfurt if you want to do commerce, which is super super nice. No? So, Sriram Thotakura, thanks a lot for your super chat. What are the pros and cons of summer and winter semester admission? So, I think this is a very nice question and something that a lot of people struggle with. For that, in general, like let me just show you practically how things are affected if you are looking for anything regarding the summer semester or the winter semester. So let me just put on search and we come to our normal simple portal where you can see what kind of courses are available in the summer and in the winter semester. So we have for masters, if you click just on masters, you see advanced search, and then afterwards if you go for winter semester, then you have 1043 courses which are available. Now if you do the same for just summer semester, you have a lot less courses available, which are just 371 courses. So first thing is, like, of course in summer semester you get way less courses which you can take. Now in the summer semester, the competition in general is a bit less because there are just like lesser courses and lesser people applying, because it is like just somewhere in the middle. Most of the times your curriculum ends in July or it ends in August, and then people come in October. Summer semester is somewhat like a sweet spot, and if your grades are suffering or something like that, definitely try summer semester too, because a lot less students apply, the chances of admission are better. But as such, in general, there are no pros and cons of summer and winter. What I would definitely say is, just like apply to both. In winter, the number of students applying is really high, and the number of courses is high too. So in general, it's like the nominator is increasing, which are the number of courses, and number of students applying is also increasing in winter semester, and it's the same happening in the summer semester. So there isn't really huge relationship if you talk about that. So Muhammad Shadab is asking, I want MS in robotics, GPA is 2.53, internships and no GRE. So Muhammad, if you talk about robotics, like of course you can always and you can always go with this mechatronics thing. So like any course that you do with mechatronics, that is going to be something for you. So if you're taking the mechatronics course, you can also put your hands in um, you know robotics or autonomous systems or anything like that, and you will find more information about it, of course, on the dot. But I think with 2.5 it isn't going to be that easy, but you can always try your luck. I would rather suggest, if you do not get an admit, also keep working on the side. So maybe you work for one year or like 2 years or something like that. But the longer your work experience is, the more chances you have in getting an admission in the course which you want to study. So, Praful Pawar asked a question. Can't fit my question here. I'll ask it below. Praful, thanks a lot for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Let me go down where you asked your question. Praful. Okay, so this is interesting. I cannot find Praful's question again. Alright. But yeah, Praful, ask your question. I can't really see what question you wrote. Nah. But again, thanks a lot for your super chat. I'll keep an eye out for your question. Dheeraj SA is asking, is it possible that 10th pass can get a job or any position? No, Dheeraj. It's not possible. Like, you need to have any kind of internship, like not internship, any kind of like degree or a vocational training or anything like that in order to do something here. With 10th grade, like I think the best you could do is, complete your 12th and stuff and then start your bachelor's. Vocational trainings are also another way you can go, but it just really depends on how you want to take things. I would rather suggest right now, maybe you are like a bit older, so it might be easier for you to actually start a vocational training than to like go to the university and start studying again. And vocational trainings can also be done in Germany, like after your 10th grade. But again, the system is a bit different. You have to come for a visa, which is a student applicant visa, and then afterwards you have to learn German, and then you have to actually apply in some kind of company or some kind of industries which actually let you have a job there. All right, so we have another question coming up from Sonali Shevale, scope of MBA operations in Germany. So, Sonali, in general, if you talk about, operational management or if you talk about strategic management, both of them have their places in a different hierarchy in Germany, in the German industries. And of course, like MBA is needed, and it's mainly because the number of startups which are growing on these days in Germany, it's quite a decent number. So if somebody even wants to do an MBA and then afterwards you want to study the same course, uh, not even the same course, but like if you want to go afterwards to Germany or if you want to go to America or any other countries, the thing is like the MBA structure is more or less really common. So if you study here, if you study in India, if you study in America, it somewhat prepares you for the global thing. For the German MBA, the difference is like you need to have German, because afterwards, if you go into management and if you're not able to communicate with the clients or your employees or your subordinates, then it is going to cause a big trouble for anybody involved in the entire business. So Swetank Sharma is asking, hey, is personal identification number and tax number are the same thing in Germany? If no, how to get the tax number? So Swetank is already in Aachen, I think. So Swetank, the thing is, for personal ID number, yeah, personal ID number is different, and the personal ID number you will get from the Finanzamt, and no, not from the Finanzamt, from the Amt where you do your city registration. So it could be the Ortsamt, it could be the Bezirksamt, or the Rathaus. So your Identifikationsnummer you will get from there, and the Steuer ID number you will get from the Finanzamt. So you have to get both of these. So the easy way to do is like just go here and search Finanzamt Aachen, and then afterwards you make an appointment here or something like that, and then they will just register you once and they will give you the tax identification number. So identifications number is different. Let me just check. Steuer ID Nummer and Steuernummer. So like these are two different things, and let me just post this link to you. Because I think this is an important one, and you can like just go through it and see what kind of things are written. So this tax identification number is different and tax number is different. You will find like more information here. No, super interesting website. All right, so Sundarraj, thanks a lot for your super chat. Appreciate it. Scope of MIM in Germany and which university is the best? So I think hands down, if you want to go for MIM or like masters in management, the best university that you could land into is going to be the University of Munich, not Technical University of Munich. I cannot really think of any other courses straight out of my mind which could be better than that. But if you want a good place to start, then again, masters in management, NTU Munich is going to be a really good course. And again, then you can write masters in management. Now see what kind of. So you have international management from ISM. You have from WHU Actually, this is also a really good business school. So this is paid, of course, but if you just want to do your master's in management, then this is also something I wouldn't really ignore. Okay. So these are just like some of the courses which you can find out. And again, you don't have to do anything. You just have to go to DAD and you have to, go to the international programs and then put the keyword inside and then you have the whole information. All right, so we have more questions coming up. Frozen online learning. What about masters in physics? So, again, like I don't know, I don't really understand what people mean when they ask what about masters in physics. Like, of course you can do masters in physics, and of course there are opportunities here. That's the reason why people are coming from all of the different countries to study here. Um, but if you talk about which kind of cities are more into masters in physics or which are doing more research in physics, then again, I think this region in Germany, Bayern in general, I think Bayern in Baden-Württemberg, they are both really good in automobile. But if you talk about physics, then of course, like you can talk about the area of Dresden and Brandenburg, and you can talk about this Baden-Württemberg. No, so like these two cities are again, states are again really important if you talk about the masters in physics or like research in any kind of field regarding that. So Kanishk Jairat asked, I've completed my bachelor's in microbiology from University of Mysore. I have 79.2% CGPA, IELTS 7.0.8 months, 8 months of work experience, but it's 3-year program. Is it possible to do a master's in Germany? So, Kanishk, it doesn't matter. It's not a problem if you have 3 years of bachelor's. Some universities rejected. Yes, that's true. But if you apply to decent number of universities, you will always find some which actually, let you in. So I have a friend who is studying in University of Stuttgart, and he also did his 3-year bachelor's, which was bachelor's in computer applications. And still, after doing that, he could find a university, which is the TU9 universities, University of Stuttgart. And he's studying there without any kind of issues. So, like, he got an admit, it wasn't a big deal, especially when you have work experience, then getting into masters becomes really easy. No? So, Praful Pawar asked again, Praful, thanks a lot for your super chat, but the thing is, I am not able to find your question. So I'm getting your super chats, but I'm not getting your questions. And I'm using the control F on my keypad to find it. It's not working. Uh, Try to type in the half of the question in the super chat itself. Shriram Thotakura is asking, what about student colleague and pathway program? So, what pathway program necessarily is, it just prepares you for the German proficiencies. No? So student colleague is a different thing. Student colleague actually teaches you with considering that you already have B2 or C1 level. So they take you up from there. They teach you the whole like German curriculum, whatever is necessary to apply to the universities to write the FSP, this Feststellungsprüfung exam. And exactly, so like that's the purpose of student colleague. But if you talk about just your pathway program, it's just necessarily they are teaching you German from A1 till C1, and that is actually what it is. No? Is it dark in Hamburg? It's like evening in Aachen. So in Hamburg, Svetank, if you see, it's like absolutely dark. It's not even 5 right now. It's 4:30, but it's just dark. You can't really do anything there. Ahmed Ajmal wants to say something. Just a second. Let me check it again. So we have Praful asking, hey Bharat, my CGPA is 7.96, yet to give 7th and 8th semester, so can I get MEM with IELTS or I have to give GRE? Please do suggest me. So it really depends. for most of the universities, for most of the courses, you do not have to write any kind of GRE. But like it really depends. You just have to go and check the universities again. Like it's the exact same thing that I showed here. Just check for masters in management or like masters in engineering and management. Go through the courses, see which universities ask for GRE and which don't. This is a really simple thing. You just have to go to that, right? So Parth joined. Awesome. Ram Ram bhai. So we have more questions. Hopefully, Praful is still not there. Well, anyways, so we have Hamid Hussain. I think Hamid wanted to ask something, but again, he didn't write in the super chat. Really appreciate your super chat. Appreciate the support. Ranger XX, Prakash. He's a moderator in our Facebook group. So anybody who is not yet in the Facebook group, I can only recommend you to do that, because we have a lot of important things going on here in the group. Like there are moderators posting their things. Now, so for example, there was some event, like this was the online career tag, which was happening in Berlin. So it already happened. I'll just remove it as an announcement. Then there is information regarding the blocked account directly in the group. Then you have the course that I created, the complete guide to studying in Germany, which takes away all of the questions that you're facing right now and puts everything together in just one single course, which you can access on my website. Now then there's something about the newsletter, which I wanted to do monthly, but it just happened once because I do not have the resources right now. Some informations, then some moderator writing something, then Sammy's post. And I think I also added from Prakash, yes. So I was talking about Prakash's post. He actually made a list again of all of the different scholarships which are available for German universities, and he just put everything together in one single post. So I would like definitely highly recommend you to do that. So just come to the university, like come to the Facebook group, go through these different posts, and if you want to find any kind of information, you can also search the group. If you want to take an online course which covers you A to Z completely, then again you have my online course which you can take a look at. You can I think the first lecture, this one, is completely for free. You don't have to enroll yourself to take the lecture, and then afterwards, if you want, you can like take a look at all of these other different courses which are available in the not courses with the lectures which are available in the website or in the online course, right? So just like make sure that you join it. Now I've put the link in the description, so definitely do that. Now let me get back to the face cam. I think there were people asking some super interesting questions here. Something about OVGU. I forgot who was it. Alright, so I'm typing somewhere else. OVGU. This is super interesting. I'm trying to type somewhere and it's not working out. Okay, so Praful Pawar finally asked the question. MS in Data Science, Bachelors of Engineering 66%, work experience of 1.5 years plus 1 years of internship. Praful, here's the thing with 66%, I have seen people getting admit in the universities. So like just let me go into my drive and see the master's admit profiles for 2016. I don't think there's any kind of data sciences mentioned here, but I will check it out in the 2017. But in general, with 65% above, if you have some kind of work experience, it doesn't become too difficult for you to get an admit in the courses here. So let me again use the Control F here and actually see what kind of profile students have had data. So there's nothing written with data sciences, but yeah, there's this person, but again, he had a score of 8.58. I would generally suggest, if you have like 6 more months of work experience, so like if you have around 2 years or more of work experience, then it becomes easier for you to get into the master's course. Otherwise, it's still a bit difficult, right? Um, Okie dokie. So Arpita Haldar is asking scholarships available for girls, anything like that is there? No, Arpita. I think all of the preferential treatment ends at the doorstep of coming to Germany. Here it's completely like normal. No differentiation between like scholarship for girls or for boys. Uh, nah, something I find really, really nice. So Shivananda Reddy, thanks a lot for your super chat. Really appreciate your support. I think I saw Shivananda somewhere, but I don't know. Maybe in the Facebook group. I don't really remember. So, Roshan Kumar, really nice way to catch the eye. 10 years of experience in mechanical industry in Kuwait, 7.3 GPA in mechanical engineering. So, I don't think there's much to say here already, because mostly as soon as if you have 10 years of work experience, it becomes easier. It becomes easier for the people to actually know that yes, you have the competency to be able to understand the master's program, and that's why giving an admit to people who have experience isn't difficult at all. So this is just something you have to keep in mind. 10 years of work experience, or in general like more than 3 years of work experience, is really nice, and with that you can get an admit to most of the universities even if you have bad grades. Now, so we had another question. So Shivananda asked something I really didn't see. Okie dokie. Uh-huh. So Dipanjan Bhattacharya has B architecture from NIT, 7.37 grade, 6 years of work experience. Do I have a chance for MSc TU Munich transportation systems? So Dipanjan, I don't think if you can study transportation systems after doing your bachelor's in architecture, because transportation systems is generally focused towards people who are from civil engineering. Now, but again, just like write an email to the university and ask them what they think about this, because most of the times they will tell you what kind of things you have to do in order to get into that program. If your profile doesn't meet at all, then of course they will tell you right away. But in general, like these are the things that you have to take care of. You just have to write to the university. There is no way around it. Shiram Thodakura, thanks again a lot for your super chat. Can I find student profiles for German taught MS? So Shiram, the thing is, for German taught master's program, you cannot find the student profiles most of the times, because the number of students coming to these programs are really less. Even if you take a look around in the group, the only ones that I know who came to German taught program is then Akhil came for the German taught program, then one more, this Neil Priyam, this is another student from Delhi, he also came for the German taught program. Now, so the number of students who are coming to German taught programs are very less, and this is the reason nobody really takes the headache of like compiling the student profiles for that. But in general, you don't have to worry about the German taught programs or what kind of profile you have, or like what kind of profile you will get an admit there, because the competition is really less. That means you can have 60%, you can have 55%, 50%, it doesn't matter, as long as you have the German proficiency till B2, then you can apply to the program, and the chances of getting an admit is really high. Alrighty, Subrajit Bhomik, guten Abend, guten Abend. Saran Raj asked a question. Thanks a lot for your super chat, Saran. I got an admit at SRH Hum, MS in supply chain management. What's the scope? So here's the thing, Saran, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, especially for management courses, for supply chain courses, for logistics courses, for sales courses or marketing courses. If you're doing it in a private university or in a public one, as long as you're building your profile around it. So even if you have your masters, you did your masters in Hum, in the SRH Hum, it wouldn't really affect you in any negative way if you have some internships, if you're able to do a foreign exchange semester or anything like that. In general, it is extremely important for you to just understand that yes, masters is just like getting a ticket to Germany. That's what it is essentially. Then afterwards, coming here and building your profile by yourself, it is a completely different thing, and something that you should definitely like understand and consider before you start studying the masters here. So yes, it's a good course, good university, but come here and then afterwards just really like get into any kind of work student job that you find, or any kind of a collaboration that you can do with the professors to actually build something for your resume, because that's what really counts in the end. Alrighty. uh Vinod Kumar, thanks a lot for your super chat. Why German job seeker visa appointment is not opening for last 4 months? I am from Chennai. Has Chennai consulate closed it? So we don't know, that's not the issue. The problem generally is that the consulates have been really lazy and really sloppy about putting the application portal, like these appointment portals up, and actually allowing the candidates to book appointments with them. What students generally do is they take the other way around. They call the consulates directly. They tell them about the issue if something like that is happening, and you just have to bug them enough number of times to be actually able to hear something from them. Last time when we were having the same issue with the visa appointment for students, and trust me, like there were a lot of students, I think around 400 or 500 students who were not able to get any kind of appointments. We had to take to Twitter and we had to retweet the same tweet a lot of times regarding the unavailability of the visa appointments, and we in the end got a response. The things got faster. VFS started, like in Mumbai, the VFS thing started, I think in New Delhi too. So it just really depends, because it is like an audience or maybe a target group which isn't that consolidated. I think it is going to be difficult to do the exact same thing for job seeker visa. But in your case, I would definitely suggest you to just call the consulate and like ask them and tell them about the exact same issue that you're facing, because this isn't just you who is facing it. If you come to the Facebook group and you go through the different kind of posts which are there, you will see that a lot of other students are also facing the exact same thing. So we have Praful Pawar asking the question, can you share XLS file for profiles for MS and computer science? So Praful, if you come to the Facebook group here, it is the pinned post. You go to the pinned post, and then when you go down, just a second, you will find the complete master's profile here. So you just click on it. You will find the 2016, 17 and 18 in just one single place, and then you can just go through it. So again, thanks a lot Vinod for your super chat. Praful, thanks a lot again. Appreciate your support. So Vilol Joshi is asking, how is Riga Technical University? So like I think Riga is in Lithuania, or I don't know, Latvia. It's just bad geographical thing. Riga, Latvia. Alright, so this is in Latvia. Interesting. So I mean, I have met some people from there. The number of people who are living there aren't that much, and the university but is a really good university. I've seen people coming for student exchange programs here and there, but in general it hasn't been that popular among the German students, at least. So like maybe it could be it has something to do with the quality or the type of education which is being given there. So if you don't have any other option, or like if you really love the place, then of course go with it, but otherwise there isn't like any kind of unique selling point to this. No. Shriram Thotakura, thanks a lot for your super chat again. Crazy. Do short courses in Germany help for MS with low GPA? So Shriram, the short courses in general do not really make such a big difference, because everybody knows these days, like, short courses you can do any single time, like from the websites or like online and so on. Certification courses on the other hand, so like maybe you're doing something for project management, now you're getting your PMP, or you're getting the Prince 2 or anything like that, then it makes a difference, of course. Swaroop Patil, thanks a lot for your super chat. Appreciate your support. Helps the channel, I'm telling you. Like these days, things are going down again on the YouTube channel at least. So Thomas Bomjan Tamang is saying Riga Technical University is a shitty place. So maybe Thomas can say something to you, the other guy who was talking about Riga, but in general, I haven't seen so many people who were like really, really, into that university. Could be to do something with the quality. Nobody really knows. Unless somebody comes up with the YouTube channel telling about their experience, how they feel studying in Lithuania or something like that. So, alright. Deepak Bisht, bhai pranam. Pranam bhai sahab. Kya hal chal hai? So, RYT Tech, thanks a lot for your super chat again. Yeah, the first time, but still, nonetheless, thanks a lot. Appreciate your support. So, hi Bharat Bhai, please share your experience for exam of TestAS test center in India. How to book first for it, because many times it is all booked. So Swapnil, a really, really nice and interesting question, and I don't know if you remember this, but in the Facebook group we had something like this happening just recently. So there was the student who wanted to apply for the test staff course, but as soon as she wanted to apply, the courses were like the seats were already booked out and she couldn't apply afterwards. So like I said, what I did was I actually flew to Romania to write the test staff now, and I've mentioned all of this thing here. Because I think I was maybe 3 hours late or 5 hours late or something after the deadlines, after these registration portals opened for test staff. So I was a bit late. There was no seat available. There were some seat available in Chennai, but again, the problem in Chennai was I called them, I asked them, are you actually be going to do the test staff thing this time? Because when I'm trying to do from the online portal, it's not working out. It's showing some error. So they were like, no, the institute is under construction. We cannot do that. So the funny part was, then afterwards I just was applying for the Schengen visa anyways, because I also wanted to meet Alina. So I applied for the Schengen visa. Schengen visa is also usable in Romania. So like you don't have to get another visa if you have a Schengen visa already. You just have to show that yes, you are staying there for 2 days and then afterwards you're going back. So this is pretty much the thing, and I've seen like Romanians to be pretty skeptical about brown people, because they were like really trying to scratch the visa and see if it is for real and if he really just wants to enter the country and never go away or something like that. But again, so I just went there, waited a night, and I stayed in the cheapest hostel. I think it was just 10 euros or ate something super nice. So it was just 10 euros or something. And then afterwards, I went there. There was a nightclub right next to the hostel. So the whole night, the disco was going on. The music was so fucking loud. And the people were coming in the hostel completely drunk and making noises. And I have my TestAS exam on which my entire academic career is based on. And yeah, so like the night at that time was really horrible and I still remember it. But then the exam started and I met some really nice people there. And it was really nice. The exam went fine. Afterwards, I got a grade of, I think, 16. No, I got a grade of 15. And the issue with that was, with 15, I wouldn't be able to apply to the universities here, because you need at least 16. So I applied for the revaluation exam, and then afterwards I got 17 and everything was like relaxed. So like you can ask me a lot of stories. I have stories for almost like all kinds of things what happened. So, Shivananda Reddy, thanks a lot for your super chat. GPA 8, 2 IEEE, 2 internships, 6.5 IELTS. Suggest me a college for AI. So, Shivananda, again, this is not my place to tell you what kind of college you should go to because I am not a AI guy or CSE guy or IoT guy. I'm doing my management. So, like, if you would have asked me something regarding management, of course, I would be able to help you. But for AI in general, like I showed you that kind of list here in the background, you just have to go through it. See, Internet of Things is really strong in Berlin. Technology hubs in general are all of these. Karlsruhe is the artificial intelligence hub. So maybe you want to go there. This could be something interesting for you. So just check it out. All right. Tarun Gupta, thanks a lot for your super chat. How is University of Koblenz Landau? University of Koblenz Landau. So Koblenz is, I think, pretty down here. So it's a super small university, or is it? I've met some people from the university from Koblenz, and the funny part is that, of course, the university is not in such a central location, but still, it managed to have a really strong reputation over the years. Most of the times, whenever I have to look for any kind of university where I would personally like to study, I would always see that it is somewhere around some kind of like major cities. And if you talk about like Koblenz here, you have Frankfurt right close to it. So of course, I mean, it's a great place to be at if you want to go for any kind of jobs or something. Frankfurt is super close by, so you can do that. Wiesbaden also has a university, so in case you are looking to study somewhere around it, in general, this area is really nice. So if you talk about the ABCD area here, so ABCD is Aachen, Bonn, Cologne, Düsseldorf. So like this area is really nice and really dense if you talk about the opportunities, academic opportunities or job opportunities. And then the same goes for the Frankfurt region or the Munich region. So some things that you should be looking forward to. So Koblenz Landau has been answered. Vikas is asking a question. Hi, 55% in BCA and 3 years of work experience looking for MS in CS. Is it possible? So Vikas, one university I can tell you straight away, it's the University of Stuttgart. They have the master's program in computer science. You can go and take a look there. Now, what else? I think in general, if you have more than more than 2-3 years of work experience, then it's easier. Even if you have bad grades, and 55% does come in bad grade, like there is no excuse there. So Vallabh Bhoyar is asking, "Hey Bharat, how will I get bachelor's internship in Germany? I'm an Indian student in mechanical engineering, and I have attended international conference in particular field in machine element." Okay, don't really understand that. But Vallabh, here's the funny part. Like, you get an internship by actually writing to the people. So like, reach out to whatever kind of universities, whatever kind of companies that come to your mind, and actually just start dropping them emails. And it's such a funny thing, if I had to do something for like civil engineering, so if I want to like search places which are somewhat related to civil engineering, I will just go to Bauwesen Bureau. It's not even a proper a proper translation at all. It's not. But still, you will find some kind of offices already from where you can start. So now if you talk about an engineer bureau, which is an engineering office, engineer bureau, now you say Bau. Now, then you will find, okay, I was expecting a lot more. But anyways, let's just go to Bauingenieurwesen. And maybe we see a bit more. Yes, we see a lot more offices popping up everywhere. And then you just start clicking to their websites. You just go to this website. You click on it. And then afterwards, you see what kind of homepage they have. It doesn't really look that nice. But again, it's all about, doing an internship or something. Then you go to Karriere. And you can apply here. So to a reference, something like that, you can see what kind of projects they have done. but in general, just directly contact them, send them a CV, and like all sorts of other things. And the same goes for any kind of other consultancy. So like maybe I want to do an internship in management consultancy, so I'll search management consultant, and then you have so many other ones popping up here. Super nice, right? And I don't know what CGI. CGI is it's another something which is working with Airbus. Oh, so I wasn't showing you the screen all the time. I'm really sorry about this. I thought I was showing the screen, but anyways. So I was talking about this engineer bureau, and you talk about Bauingenieurwesen. This is how you will just find the places, and then afterwards you just click on it, nah, and then you just go to the website and you just actually directly write to them through the career, like see if there are some kind of special vacancies available, or just like through contact. That also works perfectly fine. But do not forget to send your CV along with that. Alright, so coming back to the questions in the chat again. So, I think it's last 10 minutes left. I don't want to push it that much. How is everybody doing right now? Because the funny part is the university, it is getting a bit stressful at my end here at least. So, I don't know. I think it will take a lot of hard work and a lot of stress to actually pull through this. We have 52 credits left. So in a year, in an entire year, you are allowed to do, like, you are able to do 60 credits tops. But because I didn't do much in the summer semester, I was just in this kind of a hole, and I wasn't really sure what I should do. Should I continue with the business? Should I continue with the masters? What exactly should I do? So afterwards I decided with the masters, of course, and I completed 8 credits there. Now I have to do the 52 credits in this semester because I want to start my master thesis. Master thesis in general, you can start with 60 credits. With 60 credits, that's completely fine. So in total, your masters is for 120 credits. With 60 credits, you start your master thesis. The rest of the subjects you can do on the side. Shetaj Bajaj is saying 1 hour stressful हो जाता होगा. हाँ भाई, बस अब कुछ कर तो सकते नहीं यार इसका. I really wanted to come live and talk to you. I think you need to drink some water. Thomas, that's a completely true advice and a sincere advice. I know that, but I think it's just like 9 minutes left, and I actually needed to have some water here, but nothing's there. So I think I'll wait for another 9 minutes and see how things work out, if there's some like really important question. Because the funny part is, guys, most of these questions what people are writing, they can be just answered very easily by going to Google and just like googling there. Like, there is no rocket science hidden in there, and I'm not preaching something so special that you cannot figure it out on your own. Otherwise, you can also always come to the Facebook group, and you have so many nice things happening there. Like I was talking about this post here, so many people wrote, and actually it was such a fun thing. When I was making the group, I thought, how about I make a video which is always there, and anybody who comes new to the group, he can directly come, go through the video and see what exactly the group is about, what the guidelines are, how to behave in the group, and so on. And it actually worked. So that's crazy. This video maybe helped me a lot of organizational stress. So just come, like most of the things you can do on your own. But again, if you have any kind of problems which are like extremely necessary that you want to ask to me, then of course I'm always there. You can always ask me questions. You can drop me an email. You can have a personal session with me. For that, you can book an appointment on the website. So like all of those things are available to you. So like anybody who thinks that they're completely alone in this journey of, like, I don't know, coming to Germany, doing their masters, or even just doing a job afterwards, or just settling down in Germany, that's completely wrong. There are like so many people who want to help you, who can help you, and there are also so many other people who are in a position where you would like to be at. So you can just like ask them for help. That's pretty much what you have to do. Most of the times you might get lucky and he might respond to you, but otherwise you can find some work around that. Now, so we have another super chat. Really appreciate your support, Praveen. What are the scope for job opportunities in supply chain management with decent German, which is language A2? So Praveen, A2 is not decent German at all. A2 still comes at the lower side. Nobody cares about A2. If you would tell anybody that you have A2 level of German, nobody really cares. A2 is something that you can learn in 2 weeks, so isn't such a big deal. But you're pursuing your A2 from Guaita Chennai and experiences Ford Motors of 8 years. So Praveen, what I would say is, for supply chain management, the scope is huge in Germany, and especially if you talk about companies like SAP, which purely deals with supply chain management. If you talk about Bayersdorf, if you talk about Unilever, if you talk about any kind of retail company or in general other companies, you would know that the vacancies are there, and how you will find them out. You can just go to LinkedIn and you can just search for it. So even if I had to go to LinkedIn now, so real quick, let me just go to LinkedIn and let me just show you how easy it is to actually figure out if some kind of a job is available, because that's how I searched my student job, and it wasn't really difficult for me. It really worked out. I go here, I go to actually jobs, so I click there already, and then the job search thing comes up. I put all the filters here. So the filters are going to be for me. First of all, location is going to be filter. I want to be in Hamburg, so like that's the filter. And afterwards I can just write supply chain. So supply chain, then afterwards let me see if a filter is there or not. So I apply the filter again. And then you have all of these courses, like with all of these job opportunities, which are just there, which are there for you to take, which are there for you to just apply. Our neighbor is actually boring the hole in the wall the entire time, which isn't really nice. So you can hear it now. Let me put the mic close to me. Great. So I hope everybody can hear that. Can't really do anything like this. Deepak bitched for how long have you been doing your masters? So long. I'm in my 3rd semester. What do you mean by so long? If I want to do, I can do it for like 3 or 4 more years. Like, it's completely your individual choice. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Karav Bala, thanks a lot for your super chat again. Really appreciate your support. So what about job opportunities for structural engineering? So structural engineering is again a really good, a profession, at least here. If you talk about structural engineering, then especially in that, bridge engineering is really nice, and even geotechnical engineering is something that you can look up to. So yes, Swapnil, they were drilling and they are still drilling. Can't really do anything about it. Ranger XX, भाई साहब का reply नहीं हो सकता. क्या हो गया भाई? Let me check. Ranger XX. It's the last year of Bharat. Yes. भाई Ranger XX से बढ़िया moderator मिलना बहुत मुश्किल था. Prakash is also a new moderator in the Facebook group, so that's really nice, and he's also like doing some other things on the side. He has his own NGO and stuff. It's really nice, the kind of things that he is doing on his own. Saru Patil, thanks a lot for your super chat again. German job phone interviews, any tip? A little bit nervous. So Swaroop, first of all, here's the thing that most of the companies, they do not go for any kind of complicated questions. They just want to get to know you, want to see how you think, how you formulate your questions, and so on. So I don't think you should be like nervous at all. I remember I had my like job interview, and I think it was early October. I think it was 11th October or something. So like last month it happened, and it was a Skype interview. So I was also a bit nervous. I wasn't really sure, how the interview is going to be, or if I should be more dressed, if I'm less stressed, what's the situation right now. But afterwards, it figured out the person was completely fine with that. He was also in a pullover or something, and then we just started talking normally. He was telling me about how he got into the job and what kind of projects he's doing. Then he was telling me what kind of projects would be awaiting me, and have you already some kind of experience in that. So like the interview is going to be really simple. It isn't going to be as horrible or stressful as we see it in India. In general, here, like, the interviews are nice. They just want to see how you are as a person, if you're able to work in a team, because those kind of things are really important for them, and something that they cannot just ignore. So like that's essentially the reason for your interview, because otherwise all of these how do I say, all of these qualifications or work experience and everything, you will be able to find it in the CV, but the main purpose of talking to you is just pretty much to get to know you. So guys, दीपक बीश भाई, गवर्नमेंट एग्ज़ाम की तैयारी करूं या जर्मनी आ जाऊं, जनरल का हूं भाई साहब। सवाल क्यों पूछ रहा है जब तू जनरल का है भाई? जब जनरल के हो तो पता होना चाहिए, डायरेक्टली भाग जाओ वहाँ से तो अब कोई कुछ पड़ा ही नहीं वहाँ पे। महाराष्ट्र में भी अभी नया नया रिजर्वेशन चला दिया इन्होंने भाई साहब, खास काम हो रखे हैं हर जगह। सबसे बढ़िया चीज़ तो यह है कि भाई अब गवर्नमेंट के पास एक ही काम है, इन्होंने कुछ 4 साल में किया तो है नहीं, तो अब इन्होंने क्या करना है, इन्होंने जो है स्टैचू बनाने हैं, इन्होंने जो है रिजर्वेशन अप्लाई करना है, इन्होंने किसी तरीके से ना शॉर्टकट्स देके सारी की सारी जो प्रॉब्लम्स है ना इंडिया में, उस पर इन्होंने बस बैंडेड्स लगाने हैं। ये काम हो रहा है और कुछ काम नहीं हो रहा। तो मेरे को तो ऑनेस्टली बताऊँ, इस टाइम पे कोई सेंस दिखता नहीं कि भाई वहाँ पे बैठ के गवर्नमेंट जॉब के लिए तैयारी करो। क्यों? मैंने अपने साथ वाले देखे हैं, जो मेरे सारे के सारे बैचमेट्स थे। हमारा सीन क्या था कि भाई ठीक है, बैचलर्स करी, बैचलर्स के एंड तक आते आते जो है गेट का देंगे, और गेट का दे दिया तो चल PSU में हो गया तो बढ़िया है, नहीं तो IS का भी दे देंगे भाई, वहाँ पे हो जाए तो भी बढ़िया है। तो इस टाइप की चीज़ हमारे लिए काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट थी, पर एंड तक आते आते पता चला यार कि कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है, सच्ची बता रहा हूँ, इतनी घिसाई करने का। और उसके बाद जब सिलेक्शन रेशो कई बार 0.01% तक पहुँच जाता है, तो भाई उसका सच्ची में कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है इतनी घिसाई करने का अपना। तो अपना देख, क्योंकि आई वॉज ऑलवेज थिंकिंग कि ठीक है यार, कमिंग टू लाइक डूइंग this public job is extremely nice, it has reputation, blah blah blah, and it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Just people, it's like having a thinking of a frog when you're living in some kind of a well, because that's essentially what it is. Everybody who is in the public sector, they give respect to the people who are in public sector, and then this some kind of circle builds up where you also want to be in the public sector just because you want to be at the exact same status like the other people are at. So I don't think that's essentially necessary. Like that's essentially true, because as soon as you come abroad, you go to any other country, nobody gives a shit about your status. Nobody cares at all what kind of public job you are doing at all. Nobody cares. But if you are, if you're like abroad, you are trying to build something on your own, you are at some really nice position, and you're not actually abusing the powers which were given to you with some kind of responsibility, which happens a lot with the public officers in India. People will just respect you more, and you will be known in more places, and you wouldn't just be confined to only in India. So I think like that's what my take on it is. And parents generally do it. Parents generally force the kids to just give gate, give this, what was this? IES exam and all of those other things, but I don't think it is necessary these days. If you have an option which is easier, which gives you a better standard of life, then you should like definitely go there. भाई गला दुख लिया मेरा, भाइयों माफ़ करो सारे के सारे, it's already a bit too late. भाई रिजर्वेशन के ऊपर स्पीच दे दिया भाई, दूंगा दीपक, अभी तो पूरी दूंगा। देख, I always believed that this reservation shit is just a shortcut for the government to just, keep the people a bit entertained, a bit deluded, so that they do not focus on the real problems at all, which are haunting the Indian economy since forever. They would just divide people under caste, under reservation, and just like keep continuing, like keep ruling the people. And I don't see that there would be any kind of change in the future, because like that's just how India has always been: divide people, try to appease the minorities, make them into majority, and like just win on the basis of that. So that's pretty much how it has been. That's how it will be. Can't really do anything there. But anyway, but like that's actually my contribution to the society back in India. I'm trying to bring people over here so that you can also have a nice life, and you don't really have to just stuck in the entire circle of going through the gate, going through PhD, going through, I don't know, some kind of gate training whatsoever, bank training, and just like completely really easily come here and just start your life. So that's pretty much it, guys. Talked a bit too much today and my throat hurts. So I will be seeing you next week at the same time, Wednesday, 9 o'clock, Indian Standard Time. And, let's have some more questions again and see how things work out. For now, have a great evening, good night, and see you the next week. Bye.